Welcome you all. Now this is part 2 of this chapter. My name is Ritu Panda. This is lesson number 12 and the name of the lesson is staffing. We will understand the meaning of this word in bit detail. Like the word staffing. Staffing, for example, what do you think? I will explain you. In any company or any workplace, there are people involved. And when people work together, they are involved in some work. So when people are involved in any company together, so that is known as staffing. Now we will understand the meaning of staffing. Why is it so important? What is the importance of this staffing? So first point we will understand, then we will understand 4 points one by one. Now I am explaining you the first point, then after that second point, then third, then fourth onwards you will understand. So I will start with the first point. The first point says, for example, in any company, I have to work and I have to work with so many people. They all have different works. I have to give them different kinds of work and different work has to be completed in a different time frame. So then we require staffing. Now the second point says, there are so many people, there are different skills that people have and they can do the different kinds of work. So they can work in a company. If a company doesn't have skilled power or skilled people and they do not know how to do the work, then how company can provide a good skill service? So now let's understand the third point. When people know they are good skilled people, they have knowledge of working and they are continuously working since long, and then in progress it helps and gives good productivity. Fourth point, for example, if in any company different responsibilities are given to different people and they have to develop their own personal skills to develop their self, and also it will shoulder their responsibilities with their greater aim. So these are important points about staffing. Now let's understand human resource management. This is also one of the important points of staffing. For example, I am working alone? No, it's not possible. I cannot work alone in a big company. I must hire a good number of staff who can work with me and work together in a team. And there are so many people involved, so they all work in a team and the teamwork is shared and then the company develops. So this is the human resource management in a company. So that is known as human resource management. Staffing has different processes. So that is known as processes of staffing. What does it mean? Let's understand the different processes which are needed. I will explain them one by one. That will help you explain the concept better. First is manpower planning. For example, different works different people do and different kind of responsibilities are given to them. Then second is there are different kinds of job analysis done. And then further, next is recruitments. Various recruitments are done for the staffing. Then next is, fourth is selection. Like earlier I had explained that there is some selection process in the recruitment. Then after selection, we give them placement. We place them to different places and give them responsibilities for their job. So that is known as placements. And when they are placed, they are given induction. For example, a new person when joins a company, he or she is given introductory session, that is induction given to the people, new joining people, so that they get to know the company better. And after that comes the training and development. There are various kinds of training work or responsibilities given to them, to the new joining people, and accordingly they are given training for the company's development and for the self-development of the new joining. The next comes performance appraisal. For example, if any person is working in a company for about a good number of years or good number of months, and person is not working very nicely as per your expectation. So, to increase the performance, appraisal is a kind of motivation given to them. After compensation, the important point is promotion and transfer. For example, we all in a race to do well, and it's like a competition. We all like to work very good. So that's promotion and transfer. What is the topic we are now going to discuss? That is sources of recruitment. What does this mean? For example, in any workplace or any company, we get people through two methods, two ways. The first one is known as internal sources, and the second is known as outward sources, or in other words, we say it external sources. Let us now first understand the internal sources, and then we will understand the external sources. The first one is internal sources. What does this mean? It has 4 important points. We will discuss them one by one. For example, if there are some applicants who have applied previously and we call them, so that is known as previous applicants. And the second is present employees. For example, when people working in one department, they get transferred in the other department, they are the present employees and working in the same department and got transfer in internal ways. And the next is employee referrals. For example, if there are two colleagues who are working together and they have faith on each other and they get some reference from other faithful people for the work, to work inside the company. And the fourth is former employees. This can be understood in a way like when people who are gone out from the company due to retirement or any age and they come back to our company. They are the former employees. Let's now understand the external sources. What does this mean? Like the word says, external sources, it means they are coming from outside. So the first point is advertisement. For example, there are various publicity method or marketing methods which are used to get the people aware about the company so that they can apply. The second method is when people in colleges, they do study first year, second year, third year, fourth year. When they complete their study, there are some college campus recruitments. So that is the way to hire people, to get recruitment from the external sources. And the third one is e-recruitment. E-recruitment is through e-method, electronic method, when we do publicity and do advertisement. to get people in our company. So, that is the e-recruitment. And the fourth is employment exchange. When there are different ways, different callings, different emails, different kind of jobs, and we get them work in different departments, we exchange their work. And the fifth one is the last one, when there are some walk-ins or write-ins, they come and they give interview and they get selected for any kind of work. They come, they have telephonic conversation or face-to-face conversation. Through any mode, they come and they get selection. That is known as walk-ins and write-ins. Now we are going to discuss the selection process. The selection process involves various steps, like we are hiring people, we are taking interview, we are choosing people. So, that involves different steps. I will explain them one by one. First one I am going to explain. For example, there are different kinds of applications and they all are for a particular post. So, we have to screen the applicants and we have to screen the applications. And after that, the second step comes of employment test. We get different questions, we ask them different questions and make them write their answers and test them for the work. Third step is interview, that is the face-to-face interview. We meet them, we talk to the person, we call the person to our office at the workplace, because without talking you cannot understand the person and the person's knowledge. So, that is important. And after that, interview, if the person interview is okay, good. After the selection, if the person is selected, and then there comes reference checking, like the experiences, the known people, original certificates and all the proofs and all the documents, they are getting checked, and then they go for a kind of medical examination. Their health checkup is done, and if they are healthy, fit and fine, and then they are finally selected and chosen for the work. So, these are the selection processes. Now, after that comes the placement. Placement, what do you think by this word? Let me explain you. We have been explaining all the processes and the steps which are earlier explained, like interview, selection, test, medical checkup, finally job selection, and after that when job is selected, the person is placed, the person is known as, he is placed, and that is known as placement is given to the person. Now, let us understand the next word, that is induction. Induction, what do you mean by this word? Again, I will go back to the previous one, that is when the person is placed, the person is given new first time meeting to know the company and inform all the necessary important details about the company, that is known as induction. Now, the next is training and development. There are different kinds of training, different kinds of works given. So, I will explain them now further. Training has different benefits, like there are different kinds of training given in a company, and there are different benefits to the company. Trainings are given for different kinds of reasons. I will explain them one by one so that you can understand them better. Like for a profit in any business, when people are working in any job and they are really doing good, there are different kinds of work in any company, and you have to look after every section, every department to get the best profit and the good profit, so that you can benefit all your employees also. So that is why training is given to all your staff. So that will be good for them also and for the company also. For example, if any company is doing for just let's say aeroplane or railways or media, any work you can take, when they are not aware about the new processes and the new technology and the new work, they are not aware. So you can meet with any undesirable incidents like accidents or any mishappening. So to prevent yourself with that, a proper training is given to the staff. The second reason is people, when they are working, they are good experienced people, they are skilled people, they have good confidence, they are guiding, they are doing leadership, they are saving time, and everything is positive and good, and it's increasing. So that is required to keep them at a sustainable position. Now, like earlier, we explained about the companies or profit, benefits of the company. Now we will understand the benefits to the employees. For example, if we are giving job to the people who are working, they are also getting benefits. What kind of benefits? For example, I will explain in points. People who are working in a company, when work is given to them, they get skill, they get knowledge, they get confidence, good, they are understanding, and it gives them a good improved attitude, their confidence improves. So this is a benefit for them. And the second point is, the people who are working with us, they are more efficient and effective. They are effectively working. The third point is, the people who are working with us, they give a good turnover. The staff turnover is good and the recruitment is also good. This is the benefit. The next point is the workforce flexibility increases. They can work with a peaceful mind, they can cooperate with the other colleagues. The last point says they can produce more and more outcome items with minimum efforts. So these are all the benefits to the employees. Next, we will talk about the training methods. There are different kinds of training methods given in any company. For example, there are two methods. The first one is on-the-job methods, and the second one is off-the-job methods. The first one is on-the-job method, which I am going to explain. Let me explain. Like there are telecalling services or media people or recording or photography or airport. Like airport, there are different kinds of works. In airplane also, there are different kinds of buttons or different kinds of trainings, different services, kinds of services given to the airport place. There are also two ways, on-the-job methods, and the second is which are off-the-job trainings or off-the-job methods. So now what we are going to discuss about is job, on the job. The first one is, example, I am the owner of the company and I have given job and I have hired new people and they are working. I am not aware whether the new people, they have knowledge about the work or yes or no. So in that case, I give them orientation training. The second point says, if there is any new joinee in a company and the person, new joinee, is completely new, then the senior, some senior person can give guidance and training to the new joinee. The third point says apprentice training. Like training is given to people to understand the processes and concepts working in a practical environment. And the fourth is assistantship. People should work helping each other in a team. It's not that only if you have one work given, then you just sit at one place and do your work. You should work in a team. So job rotation should also be there, and teaching and coaching should be there. Now let us understand the off-the-job methods. People who are very good, experienced, and they explain things in a nice and proper way, and people also watch them, understand them. Off-the-job methods, let's understand these now. So let me explain you all the important points of off-the-job methods. The first point is the lecture method, when there are people who are not aware about the concept and they get the training through some other outsider through the lecture method. So, and the people, they learn through that method. So that is known as lecture method, off-the-job method. The second is simulation. For example, a person who is just a practitioner, or can say that is not well versed. Let me give you an example of a pilot. A pilot, when he just knows how to operate the machines, because he knows all the skills of technologies and how they work. So the simulation is a kind of similar method. The third method is about the laboratory training, like doctors or in lab. There are different kinds of trainings and training given to them. They can understand, and any learner can go and learn practically. So that is the laboratory training. That is the off-the-job method. Now comes the fourth conference or discussion method. Like there are different conferences and discussions going on, the reasons, the discussion, well-versed, detailed discussion about so many things in a hall, in a big conference, in a small conference, about education, about medical, about different topics. Educations are given. All are known as conferences or discussion off-the-job methods. Then the last is off-the-job method is case study and vestibule training. Now, as we explained earlier, the job, the staff, the companies. Now, after that comes the performance appraisal. For example, if a poor person is just recently joined and doesn't know how to learn and how to make mistakes and how to accept, and there are the senior people, they are just observing, they are supervising. There are new people working and they are hesitating and giving feedback to work in an improved way. How can they improve their work? They should not just quit or fire the person, but to develop that person in a better way. Good appraisal or performance feedback is given. Motivation kind of support is given, and also to perform the outstanding work so that the person can really do well and work in a team in a better way and avoid all the mistakes. So that way the performance appraisal can be given best top performer or best worker of the month. Similar way, the performance appraisals are given. Like we give feedback in any company, monthly feedbacks are given, and after 6 months they are revised, and there are different departments and we call them, we give them feedback and about their work, what to improve and what to not improve, or just what to make it constant. Let's now understand this word, compensation. Like we get monthly salary, and in different companies or organizations there are different ways we get salary, and if a person is really good, skilled and outstanding performing, then a person is given some amount of motivation or good amount of some money. The money also varies, it's not constant, not same. Now let's understand this word, promotion. For example, there are so many people working and they have different skills in an organization, and the people admin department is looking and supervising them. So after every interval they are given performance appraisal and they are promoted. So that is promotion. Thank you.